What's the next story you've got for us, Ms. Lawler?
David Blaine. Oh, his ear seems to have got better. Well, the doctors must have done a good job
it was a trick.
on that. It wasn't a trick, it was real. Anyway, magician David Blaine is terrified that people are going to hurtle things at this glass box that he's going up in today. This box he's going in is going to be in it for 44 days. It's going to be suspended above Tower Bridge, 30 feet in the air, and he's worried that people are going to start throwing things. He's even hired Robbie Williams security guards to look after the box 24 hours a day.
He's hired the security, 15 security guards that have worked with, where is it, Robbie Williams, Kylie Minogue and Frank Sinatra. But those celebrities weren't in Perspex boxes at the time, were they? This is a completely new game even for the world's best bodyguards. He's worried that someone's going to get a super catapult. Yeah. And
shatter his dreams of becoming the world's greatest showman.
I hadn't thought of that until now. And now I think I'm going to
We have to go up to Tower Bridge and see this, because I just want to see him in this box, just to have a look.
Oh, I'd love to get in a helicopter and wee on him.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, but it's going to be an exciting trick, you know. It's not a magic trick as such, but I think it is quite an exciting event.
So I want to be showing the whole event, and Channel 4 are going to be screening the highlights package next month. It should be good. Now, I know he's a nutter, but I think it'll be really
obviously, the big event is David Blaine going inside his plastic box for well, 44 days, that's months, isn't it? That's virtually like 7 months. I've not done the maths quite there.
44 days.
44 days. Now, we've got an expert in who is a close friend of David Blaine's, or he claims to be. I'm a little bit dubious of some of his claims, it's got to be said. I think we're going to talk to him a little bit later on. Can we talk to him now? We're going to talk to him a little bit later on. We'll talk to him later on.
We'll talk to you later.
We've just seen the man come and get ready. Uri, it's a pleasure to see you. Haircut! Haircut!
Oh, I like the new haircut.
Do you really?
You look lovely.
Thank you.
Listen, man, it's great to see you. You've not seen
Okay.
We'll talk to you a little bit. Is that okay? Excellent work, Uri. It's time now, though, to find out a little bit more about the bizarre Americans as we have a roundup of what's happening in the world of US reality TV.
David Blaine is just hours away from his latest bizarre stunt. From tonight, he'll spend 44 days locked inside a Perspex box suspended over the Thames. He'll have no food, communication, or even a toilet, and will live off just water.
Trained for it. There's been no medical records that we can deem as accurate of anybody who's gone with just water for that length of time.
Good morning, Uri.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, David is amazing. You know, he started with street magic, astonishing people in the street.
I want to check your credentials.
Yeah.
You say you're David... First of all, you're Michael Jackson's mate. Now you're David Blaine's mate. So the biggest
proof,
stars
Iain.
in the world. Have we got proof?
Yeah, we just showed a
Actually,
picture.
I introduced Michael Jackson to David.
Oh, shut up, Uri. You're so full of it. I love it.
Oh, good.
Look at you. Who's that young man on the right there? Good looking.
Yeah.
So how did you meet David
like
Blaine?
5 years ago.
How do you know him?
He studied me when he was a kid. He read all my books, and I think I inspired him. And he always wanted to meet me. He called me up one day. I had no idea who David Blaine was. And I must tell you very quickly the story. He says to me, "Oh, Mr. Geller, if I come to England, may I come to your house or meet in London?" I said, "Sure." One day, called me. I had no idea who he was. So he says, "Can I really come?" He gets on the plane, flies into London. Now, he gets on a train, because I live near Reading, gets off the train and flags down a taxi. That taxi, I have signed the bonnet of that taxi like 8 years ago. After running a marathon, I have a marker, a black marker in my pocket, and I signed the taxi. It was white, and I said, "Well, I'll put my name on the taxi," and he flags that taxi down.
How freaky!
He comes into our house with that car, and I couldn't believe it.
That's
and
incredible.
I said to him, "David, this is not a setup. This is really coincidence or synchronicity."
Yeah.
Speaking of David Blaine, I don't know what his plans are for this trick, but he seems, without being rude, he's become a bit of a porker, hasn't he, recently? Have you been feeding him up and fattening him up to make him quite so large?
Well, you must understand that being 44 days in a glass coffin, starvation, takes over, and the body needs glycogen. The liver stores glycogen and glucose, and that lasts only for 4 days. After that, the muscles start eating up the fat,
right?
And the water, liquid oozes from the blood into body cavities, and at one stage he will have difficulty in even thinking because of the acidity in his blood. So
Uri,
this is
really
real,
dangerous.
this is not a trick, this is dangerous.
Well, why is he doing it then? It's so he could have brain damage. Aren't you worried about your friend?
I am
If you were a
very
friend,
worried.
you would convince him not to do it, Uri.
You can't. He made up his mind. He's a great showman. He's going to be the most, famous individual in the world someday. And he loves stretching the body to its limit. You know, he dies with death when he was a young kid. There was this thing about the death wish with him. And he's going to be seen by probably 2 billion people tonight.
Right, he's definitely got good at getting publicity going for himself.
Yeah.
He did this, we got a shot of him doing a stunt the other day on the London Eye, and yet some people were suggesting, there it is, amazing. Some people were suggesting he was strapped on. He claims that he wasn't. Why do you think he's got so many doubters?
Oh, jealousy,
Really?
envy, come on. Most of the doubters are magicians. And they become doubters because he's up there and they're down here. Full stop.
Yeah.
You know, magic is
I want to know why
riddled
he
with...
pretended to cut off his ear.
Why did he do it? It was
Where?
very spontaneous.
But he didn't cut off his ear, it was pretend.
I am not telling. I tell you that...
It was a magic trick, Uri.
I've been saying it's real, and he's been convincing me. It
He's
always
still
is
with
there.
a bandage.
Uri, you know that Kate is slightly special.
Look,
We can't
the ear
convince her of
can
things
grow
like this.
back. You know, no...
Oh, if the ear can grow back. Now you're talking nonsense for a second. Listen, David Blaine is going to be entering the boxes 8 p.m. tonight on Sky 1. David Blaine, Above the Below. Then I think Channel 4 are going to be showing a compilation of it next month.
And can we ask all our viewers to help him? Send your power, your energy.
Good energy, good powers.
Send your good vibes
tonight.
to Mr. Blaine.
Uri,
44 days.
Thank you very much for coming in. It's a pleasure. Send our best to David if you speak to him before that. But now, if you want to ask Uri a question later on, the numbers will be coming up on the screen in a little bit.
Security has been tightened around illusionist and Lord of the magician circle, David Blaine. He's been egged and everything. People are throwing stuff at his poor little glass box. Yeah. He's endured a man hitting golf balls at him. He's seen fights break out nearby. Oh my God. Had verbal abuse thrown at him.
Oh, that must hurt him.
And saw one man...
5 million quid. I couldn't withstand it.
And saw one man scale a fence to get at him. Security's been tightened day and night. I just read this as well. The guy's getting over £5 million in world TV rights if he stays in that box for 6 days, 6 weeks. I'd seriously consider it if someone offered me £5 million.
So I'm going to look at him now live, see him earning. There he is earning.
Oh, there's the £5 million.
It's quite a big swing in that box, isn't it? It does move a little bit.
I get dizzy. I would get
And the security, it says in the paper that they've added security, and that includes putting up a 6-foot fence. He's 50 feet up in the air. What's a 6-foot fence going to do? As we know, I've got to admit, I think this is brilliant, though. Sally, do you think this is just nonsense or...?
No, I'd give me Paul Daniels any day.
I
just think it's boring, so... Oh, that's a...
Really? Yeah, that's magic. You're going to see this trick and that trick.
Not a lot. No, I just think he's really dull. So what? You're in a box. So what? Smart.
who cares? But if someone offered you £5 million, wouldn't you consider it?
Oh,
I'd seriously consider it.
Oh, I do. I think it's brilliant.
Oh, no.
$5 million.
We needed a lift.
You
Well,
just
he's got
hurry your
nappies.
pants.
That's
a big nap.
He's got nappies. That's what he's going to do.
No, sorry, no.
Let's go live and find out what David Blaine is doing inside his box.
We should have some footage
We
now.
can see it on the plasma so we can see it. He's still really high up. He has been raised, hasn't he? Either they changed the angle. He's been raised
He
quite a
must
lot.
have been raised because we can see him just where the blue bit of the bridge.
I read in the papers yesterday that one of the papers is going to lower down a Perspex box containing a naked woman and have it side by side here. That'd be wicked, wouldn't it?
That would be cool.
That would be wicked.
Yesterday there was someone with a remote control helicopter flying burgers and chips around his box.
Yeah.
Strangling burgers and chips. We'll also be finding out about David Blaine and see what he's up to right now. He's had a few things thrown at him, I have to say, recently. Eggs, golf balls, fruit, chips, and abuse.
And they had a barbecue underneath him at the weekend. There he is, he's
You
inside the box.
can see him.
We can see his shoulder. We can see... Josie, do you think this is good or do you think it's rubbish?
I don't know what to think. It part of me thinks it's kind of, well, we were saying, if it was for charity and not for publicity,
Yes.
maybe. But then I think that he tests the human body to its limits, and this, which I did on the games, and there's something to be said for doing that.
You know, I was impressed with this until Carrie and David from Fame Academy came on the show last week and said, we've got loads of friends that fast for 44 days.
I think they were lying.
I just don't believe that people actually do that out there.
Rebecca, you went down there, didn't you? You'd see him.
Yeah, me and Dave, we communicated.
Really?
No, seriously, I was down there last night with me and my friend Josie, and we were there and we were going, David, write to us, because we wanted like a sign, we wanted like hope.
Yeah, of course. And did he write to you?
No, he actually picked up his book and picked up his pen and went like that. Just a teaser. And then went back down.
Oh, Blaine.
Oh, but you
You
communicated.
can actually really, you can stand like this, there's obviously like a gate around him, but you can actually see, like, probably like where that is now. He's not that far up. So you can actually see his face and see his eyes like moving around.
I think I might get a glass box.
I think you need to
right
go.
next to him. Do you think he'll survive the 44 days?
No, probably not.
Do you reckon he'll be out of it?
It'd be good publicity.
It'd be all right, wouldn't it?
$5 million, isn't it? No,
£5 million quid he's getting
$5 million
for
quid.
I'd do that.
Well, I can't.
Now, street magician and the world's slowest talker, David Blaine, has been hanging outside Tower Bridge for, I don't know, 10 hours, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 20 minutes and 30 seconds and a week. Now, and the last, I've got no idea, I'm guessing time. Now, the last 24 hours have been an extravaganza of excitement and drama. It's time to go live to the feed and see exactly what's happening to the Blaine stir. David Blaine, can we see? There he is, he's waking up.
He's awake. Hi, David.
He's awake. Now, apparently the other day, he bashed his head, and he got a bit angry and started talking to himself. Zooming in there, what's happening under the
What's
duvet?
he doing?
David, you need your body salt, please. You do need that. Now, we're joined this morning by the king of colourful outfits, Ricardo, and the creator of the double-breasted sideburn, it's Paris. Paris, what do you make of David's stunt? Is it genius or rubbish?
For £5 million, it's genius, yeah, definitely.
He's a genius to be able to come up with that and get money for it, isn't it? But do you think it's an entertaining spectacle? I genuinely think having a man in a box near the River Thames, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah,
borders on art.
I agree with you on that one, Ian.
I think it's great. Do you think is it entertaining in any way?
In some way, yeah. I haven't actually been up there yet. I actually do have to go and just
Do you want to go and see it?
I have to just see it, yeah. I have to. I think everyone has to see it.
I think it is one of those things. Ricardo, what do you think of David's grey blanket and joggy bottoms? Is that the good look for the Thames?
Absolutely not.
What should he be wearing?
I think you should take them off, just G-string.
You think he should just be in that box,
Brazilian
in a
G-string,
and maybe once every 5 hours they just squirt in some baby oil?
Lip gloss and baby oil.
Okay, well listen, we mentioned earlier that David Blaine did bang his head yesterday. We've got exclusive live footage of that. Here it comes.
Police charge a man who attacked David Blaine's glass box. Stephen Field from Surrey is accused of using threatening behaviour and criminal damage. It's alleged he tried to cut Blaine's water supply after climbing a scaffold tower next to the Perspex box. Now he'll appear in court later in the month.